Okay, guys, so I just want to be sure that you're ready to do the assignment for today. The first thing that I want to remind you of is when you're doing Punnett square with a sex-linked trait, you have to put the gametes of the parents up according to their gender. Okay, so if it says X-linked or sex-linked, you have to put the mom, and don't forget mom, females are XX and males are XY. And then you have to put the alleles. So let's say a mom is homozygous for the dominant trait. That means she's going to have both of her alleles are going to be dominant. And don't forget, we don't put any alleles on the Y just because we're working with only X-linked simplified traits. And let's say the dad has the disease, so he has the recessive trait, so we have to give him that. So those are some of the things that you have to remember about setting up the Punnett squares. Okay, the next thing that I want to remind you guys of is blood types. Don't forget, if you're blood type A and you're homozygous, you're going to have both alleles the same because homo means the same. If you're heterozygous for type A, you're going to have one A allele and one O allele. And don't forget, O is the recessive for the blood type. If you're B, similarly, homozygous, both the same, or heterozygous. If you're type AB, you can only have one A and one B allele. And if you're type O, you must be homozygous because this is the recessive trait. The next thing that I want to remind you guys of is the difference between incomplete dominance and codominance. If you remember when we learned this, the boy is incomplete without his girlfriend, so he buys her pink flowers. Codominant, you have to remember that's the cow. Okay, and if you recall, if it's incomplete dominance, let's say we're talking about flowers. So let's say red color is dominant and white color is recessive. So in order to have a red flower, you're either big R, and in order to have a white flower, you're little r. And don't forget, in incomplete dominance, the heterozygote is not going to be red. Because it's incomplete, he's going to be pink. And that's how we're going to remember incomplete dominance. He buys his girlfriend pink flowers. And then codominant, if you remember the cow. This is very similar. So let's talk, if you guys remember, we talked about a cow having black color. So big B would mean they're black. Their hide is black. Little b would mean their hide is white. And because it's codominant, that means both of them can show up together. And if you look at incomplete dominance, it's not the mom, it's not the dad, or it's not the parents. It's a unique organism. And in codominance, in order to be black, you have to be both B's. In order to be white, you have to be both little b's. And this is the cool one. In the heterozygote, the cow is black and white. So that's the spotted cow. Okay, so you guys should be able to do the activity now that you have those reminders. There's 6 questions that you have to do. Make sure that you write down all of the different alleles before you get started.